Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a text that, well, it's short, but incredibly powerful. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 12. Just 20 verses, really, but packed with insight. Our mission for this deep dive is to pull out the key ideas on spiritual liberation, especially the path of devotion. We want to give you a shortcut to its wisdom, basically.
Absolutely. The Gita is, such a cornerstone text. And chapter 12, it really zooms in on devotion, bhakti. We'll explore why it's often seen as maybe the essence of the Gita's practical teachings. And it kicks off with a really fundamental question about the best spiritual path. It offers some surprisingly direct answers for you.
Okay, let's dive straight in then. Chapter 12 opens right up with this core question, something seekers have, pondered forever, really. Arjuna asks Krishna, basically, who's doing it better? Who's more perfect in their spiritual practice? Is it the people focusing on the formless absolute, Brahman, that universal impersonal thing? Or is it those devoted to a personal form of God? Like for Arjuna, Krishna himself, it sets up this really interesting contrast right away, doesn't it? For someone listening, what are the sort of pros and cons of each path?
That's a great way to put it. The appeal of the formless, Brahman, is its universality. It's beyond limits, beyond names and forms. It speaks to ultimate unity. For some, that boundless consciousness feels like the highest truth. The challenge, though, it's because it lacks form. I mean, how do you direct your love, your very human feelings, towards something that's beyond concepts? It takes incredible mental discipline, serious detachment, a total rethink of how we experience things as embodied beings. But then you have the other path, devotion to a personal form. That offers something, relatable, tangible. It gives you an object for your love, your prayers, your service. And Krishna's answer to Arjuna is pretty direct, maybe even surprising. He says, those who worship his personal form with unwavering faith, mind totally fixed on him, they're the most perfect yogis. And this isn't just like his opinion, it's based on understanding us, our psychology, our need for connection.
Okay, so meditating on the formless sounds super profound, right? But Krishna says the path of devotion, the personal form, is actually better for most people. He uses strong words too, like exceedingly difficult and fraught with challenges for embodied beings. That phrase, embodied beings, that really hits home, doesn't it? What exactly makes it so hard for us?
It really does hit home, and it's key. As embodied beings, our minds naturally work with form. That's how we navigate. Senses, emotions, relationships, they're all grounded in specifics, in form. So asking the mind to constantly grasp something with no form, no attributes, it's like, asking a fish to climb a tree. It's tough. Intellectually, maybe it makes sense, but sustaining that abstract focus, it's really taxing, often frustrating. The mind wants something solid to hold on to, the Eligers. But the path of devotion to a personal form, it beautifully addresses this human reality. It allows for a loving, almost tangible relationship with the divine. You can channel your emotions, joy, longing, gratitude towards a specific focus of love. It makes the journey feel less like sheer mental effort and more like a heartfelt connection. It's just more accessible for most people because it taps into our natural ability to love, to relate. For you, listening, it means realizing spiritual growth isn't just about brain power. It's finding a path that truly clicks with your heart and mind.
That distinction makes so much sense. And here's where it gets really practical, I think, because Krishna gets that not everyone can just snap into that state of complete absorption.
Right.
So instead of just giving an ideal that feels impossible, he lays out this progressive path, step by step, for different levels. What makes this tiered approach work so well? And how could someone figure out where they might, start?
Yeah, this tiered approach is incredibly compassionate, really. It shows such deep understanding. It means there's an entry point for everyone. Like climbing a mountain, you said it. You start where you are. So the first step, the highest path that's set. Verse 8 is the ideal, Fix your mind completely on Krishna. Engage your whole intelligence with him. Total spiritual absorption, no distractions. That's for someone with, let's say, a developed capacity for focus.
Okay, the peak.
Right. But if that's hard, and for many it is, then step 2, the path of consistent practice. That's verse 9. Can't always keep your mind fixed, then strive for it. Constant, dedicated practice, disciplined effort, regular meditation, chanting, prayer. Even if the mind wobbles, you're building strength over time.
Like spiritual fitness training.
Exactly. Then if that's still a challenge, there's the path of service. Verse 10. This means doing all your actions, work, duties, everything for God as an offering. It shifts your daily life into practice. It's about the intention behind things.
So not just going through the motions at work, but doing it as devotion.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Instead of just for personal gain, you work as service. It changes how you interact with everything.
Okay.
And finally, if even that feels too difficult, there's the path of renunciation. Verses 11 and 12. This one's simple yet profound. Just renounce the desire for the results of your actions. Let go of attachment to outcomes. Success, failure, praise, blame, let it go.
Whoa, hang on. So letting go of results.
Yeah.
Which sounds a bit like maybe not caring or losing ambition to some. That's better than deep meditation or knowledge. That seems really genuinely counterintuitive, especially today. Why does that specific step bring immediate peace more effectively? That's a huge claim.
It is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so powerful. Krishna isn't dismissing knowledge or meditation. He actually says knowledge beats mechanical practice. Meditation beats knowledge. But then, boom, that surprising twist. Renunciation of the fruits is best of all. Why? Immediate peace. The reason is attachment. That's where a lot of our suffering comes from, right? When we're desperately invested in a certain outcome, our peace depends entirely on getting it. We get anxious, scared of failing, disappointed, maybe even arrogant if we win. Renouncing the fruits doesn't mean you slack off or stop trying your best. Not at all. It means you do your duty skillfully, diligently, commit fully. But you untie your inner state from the external result.
Okay, so you still put in the work.
Absolutely. Imagine a big project. You give it your all. But you don't obsess over the promotion or the praise or whatever. If it works out, fantastic.
Yeah.
If there's a setback, well, you adjust, learn, move on. Your inner world doesn't collapse. This detachment frees you from that roller coaster of hope and fear, worry and expectation. It lets you be fully present in the doing, not lost in some imagined future. That immediate release from the tyranny of results, that's the immediate peace. It's an internal shift you can access right now. Doesn't need decades of practice necessarily.
That reframing is, wow, yeah, peace in the process, not hostage to the outcome. Okay, so as we get to the last part of chapter 12, the focus seems to shift again from actions and these different paths to character. This section gives this really vivid picture of the qualities that make someone dear to Krishna. It feels like a practical blueprint for living devotionally, doesn't it? It's not just what you do, it's who you become.
Exactly right. This part is a rich ethical guide. It paints a portrait of the inner world of a true devotee, a sort of spiritual ideal profile. Krishna lists the virtues that naturally emerge when you're sincerely on this path. He starts with how they relate to others. Compassion and non-enmity. Think about someone who genuinely wishes well for everyone. No hatred, universal friendliness.
Even towards difficult people.
Yes, that's the high bar. Then, inwardly, freedom from ego and ownership, letting go of that constant sense of I and mine, less self-importance, less possessiveness. Then comes equanimity, staying balanced, undisturbed by pleasure or pain, honor or dishonor.
So not emotionless, but centered.
Exactly. Maintaining inner poise through life's ups and downs, not being thrown off balance.
Okay.
Then contentment and self-control. Being satisfied with what you have, not always craving more. A firm, steady mind. Discipline. Gratitude.
That sounds peaceful in itself.
It is. And finally, patience and forgiveness. Tolerating imperfections in others, forgiving faults, crucial for harmony.
It's quite a list, and what strikes me is how they all seem connected. It's like cultivating these isn't just checking boxes, it's a deep transformation. You're making yourself a vessel for grace.
That's a beautiful way to put it. An internal alchemy, like you said.
Yeah.
These virtues show a profound inner alignment. And the text promises, right, those who follow this path faithfully, cultivating these qualities, making him the goal, they are exceptionally dear to him.
Yeah.
These ancient ideas, they connect directly to universal principles of, well, how to live a good life. They're deeply relevant for you, our listener, if you're seeking a more harmonious, fulfilling existence. It's a blueprint for living skillfully.
And there we have it. Our journey through the compact but incredibly deep Bhagavad Gita Chapter 12. We went from Arjuna's big question about the best path through Krishna's very practical tiered advice for connecting and landed on these profound qualities of a true devotee. It really does offer a clear roadmap, doesn't it? Accessible wherever you might be starting from.
It truly does. Chapter 12 holds up as this powerful testament to devotion, as an effective, accessible path. Its message is timeless. Universal insights into connecting with the divine and really transforming yourself.
So as you think about this deep dive, maybe consider that tiered approach we talked about, from full absorption down to renouncing results. Where might you naturally start right now? Which step feels most relevant to your life? Or maybe look at that list of virtues: compassion, equanimity, contentment, patience. Is there one specific quality you could choose to focus on cultivating, even just a little this week, to bring more peace or compassion into your life and maybe the lives around you? Lots to think about. Keep diving deep, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.